Hi there and welcome to this look at the Christmas 2020 weather prospects. In last week's update I suggested that a white Christmas was unlikely for most of the UK. Have things changed since then? I'm going to start off by looking at some plots from the GEFS ensemble model. An ensemble model is one essentially which is run numerous times with the starting conditions altered in each instance, and that is done to help account for uncertainty. What it does is provide a very powerful tool for assessing the probabilities of different weather outcomes. The first thing I'm going to look at is precipitation, because of course if it's dry, it doesn't matter how cold it isn't going to snow. First plot here is for 00 GMT on Friday the 25th of December, so the very start of Christmas Day. Each one of these little plots, or stamps as they are called, represents the forecast output from one of the GEFS runs. And for simplicity I'm just going to assume there are 32 runs in the model. So if we scroll down, what we can see is the shaded areas indicate precipitation. Could be rain, it could be snow, it could be hail. I'll come on to that in a moment. But as we can see, quite a few of them at this time are showing the likelihood of precipitation. Quite a few aren't. It's very much a split view, with southern and eastern counties more likely to be dry. If I jump 6 hours ahead, so 06 GMT on Christmas Day, let's see, by then it's not much has changed. We've got a split with drier forecasts and wetter forecasts. So it's again, it looks like the likelihood of dry conditions is higher in the south and the east of Britain than it is in the north and west. Not really that untypical. But of course, that does not say anything about temperatures and doesn't say whether this precipitation could be fallen as rain or snow. Therefore, I'm now going to jump across to this data table, which shows forecast 850 HPA temperatures from the GEFS model, summarized day by day, and this one is for London. Now, what we can see here is the purple shading is used to indicate the percentage of runs which are forecast in 850 HPA temperatures to be below -4. The light blue shading is between -4 and 0. Then greens, yellows, oranges and reds are more than 1 Celsius. So anything above 1 Celsius is thrown into those buckets. What we only have to worry about here really are the blues and the purples. There's no possibility of snow falling if 850 HPA temperatures are greater than freezing point. So we can discount all the other runs. What we can see in the days leading up to Christmas is about 50 or 60% of the runs are falling into the blues and purples. So the 22nd of December we have 56, the 23rd we have 60, and on the 24th we've actually got 63. So the percentage of colder runs is tending to increase a little bit. Now I'm going to add a caveat here and say that often it's not going to be snow which is landing on your head, it's going to be rain when 850 HPA temperatures are between 0 Celsius and -4 Celsius. There are various exceptions to the rule and reasons why it can snow and does snow when those temperatures are between 0 Celsius and -4, but more often than not we've got to be looking below -4 to be quite comfortable that it's going to be snowing rather than raining. So if we factor that into account, you're looking at about 13% on the days leading up to Christmas. 13% of the runs are suggesting a reasonable likelihood of it being cold enough to snow in southern Britain, or at least in the London area. I'll now take a look at the comparable data table for Inverness. And what we can see here is in the days leading up to Christmas, the 22nd, 93% of the runs are falling into the blues and purples. 23rd, we've got 84% of the runs, and on the 24th, we've got 77% of the runs in the blues and purple buckets. So the upper air temperatures across the northern half of the UK are likely to be a little bit lower than in the south. That suggests an increased possibility of snow falling. The final thing to take a look at is the computer model snow forecasts themselves. So here we go. This is for 00 GMT on Friday the 25th of December, and what we can see then is pink shading indicating snow. And if I scroll down, you'll see, hopefully you can see quite clearly, that some of the runs are forecasting snow, some of them aren't. More of them in the northern half of the UK are going for snow than in the southern half. If I jump ahead 6 hours, so 6 GMT on Christmas Day, and just scroll down again, we can see pink shading on some of the individual runs, and some of the runs are just completely blank, indicating no snow falling. So again, it's more like more runs are showing snow in the northern half of the UK than in the southern half of the UK. How does all that stack up in terms of percentages and probabilities? Well, it's still too early to make a confident forecast. Things could change quite dramatically. However, at this stage, I continue to think that most parts of the UK will not see falling snow on Christmas Day. In the northern half of the UK, I'm suggesting a 55% chance of snow falling somewhere, with the greatest risk, of course, being over the Scottish mountains or high ground in northern England, such as the Pennines. In the southern half of the UK, I'm currently going for a probability of between 28 and 31%, with snow being most likely on the Welsh mountains or in the Peak District. Somewhere like Buxton could be a good option. I think what that suggests is a reasonable possibility of snow falling, at least somewhere in the UK. At this stage, it doesn't look particularly mild. It doesn't look particularly cold either. Perhaps seasonal would be the way to summarise it, at least more seasonal than a number of recent Christmases. And snow is not out of the question, but I do not currently expect it to be widespread. Now, if you found this video useful, please remember to hit the subscribe button below, and you'll then be informed when I publish future forecast videos and updates. Thanks very much now. Bye.